what I am about to try to do is make an experimental film before your very eyes with you. I may ask for your feedback about certain things, so feel free to make suggestions or shout things out. I am going to run this film loop while I hold it up. And then I'm going to write on it with magic markers, explaining what I'm doing all the while, and then also I'll bleach it and hopefully drill it, if I can get this drill to work, and Brillo pad it, and otherwise alter the film. This is part of a grand tradition of experimental filmmaking, of which I am now asserting myself apart as a queer and a feminist. And I'll be talking about my reasons why as we go along. The thing is, this could all fall apart at any second, so you know, just try to send good energy so that the projector keeps going. And if you're not really into experimental film, don't worry, because this is going to break probably within 15 minutes. And if it doesn't, I'll stop after 15 minutes, so don't worry. In fact, I'll get my timepiece out so I can keep an eye on that. Your iPhone? No, this is my timepiece. Okay, here we go. You may recognize this film. It's kind of obscure, but some people have seen it. It's called The Wizard of Oz. Actually, this film came on television every year when I was a kid, and it freaked the hell out of me, mostly because of the witches. But I wasn't allowed to watch television when I was a kid, so it was pretty unique. It was a pretty exciting moment every year when Wizard of Oz came on, because we were actually allowed to see that. And I was allowed to go to the movies, but I wasn't allowed to watch television. So, you know, movies became like a big, you know, I'd say part of my life, like bike riding and watching movies, which informed like lots of other things about my identity later. So, just sort of like thinking about The Wizard of Oz, is it a feminist film or isn't it? Just think about that for a little while, and I'm going to make some marks on the film. And let's also think about what these marks mean. Why am I marking this film? What does it mean that I'm asserting my marks on this film? What is the symbolism of my marks on this film? What is the symbolism already inherent in the film? What about my biography is important about this? Why did I tell you that I was allowed to watch The Wizard of Oz and it freaked the shit out of me when I was a kid? Oh, can you see the marks? Yeah. Yes. So, fast forward a little bit. Really, you know, into movies and stuff, and went to film school, and then ended up being a projectionist for years. And here's the thing about projectionists. If you know there's a projectionist, then they fucked up. Because if you don't know there's a projectionist, it means there's nothing wrong with the film, and then we're hiding in the back, just being relieved that there wasn't a technical problem on that given day. So this is a little bit stressful for me to be doing this like in front of you, tempting fate to kill this film, because the projectionist inside of me thinks it's totally wrong to do what I'm doing right now. But next time you see a film, you should think about, you know, a nerdy, nervous, anxious person in the back praying that nothing goes wrong, because that's probably what's happening. Let's choose another color. Green. What's the symbolism of green? This also seems to be a dream sequence. So we could talk about Freud for a while, too. We could talk about Freud in relation to my connection with this film, and fears and such.
Let's talk about Freud. Let's talk about
Okay, so I'm going to move into like some more severe interference with this film now that'll tempt the fate of the projector. So, you know, the way that a mechanical projector like this works is it's all about tension, just like performing is all about tension. And then it's all about gravity and friction. So I'm going to put some bleach on this film, which is going to do a couple of things to the film. One is it's going to change the colors in the film and maybe make some of the image disappear. But most of all, what it's going to do is make little bits of the film stay in the projector, which are going to cause a lot of friction, which is probably going to break the film. So, everybody ready to break the film, potentially, maybe? It also might smell bad because it is bleach. Okay, you can sort of see some splotches. Oh, look at that. Woo! Nice. Poor Dorothy. I mean, first this and now me. What is the symbolism of Toto? I got some orange on here now. I thought orange would be nice with that green from the bleach. Okay, I think I should try to sand it now. This drill was my grandfather's, and he passed away a while ago. But I love this drill, but it's dying, so it might not work for me. All right, I'm going to switch over to some Brillo pads instead of the drill. Maybe it'll work in a minute. So when I was a teenager, so now I'm putting the Brillo pad on here. This potentially might really screw it up. We'll see. Oh, pretty. So when I was a teenager in high school, I had an older girlfriend. She was in college, and she introduced me to the world of art films, which is a very significant sort of moment in my life, which ended up defining everything I do and brought me to this very point. You could argue that that was a good move or a bad move. She always took me to see foreign films and art films and stuff. And so that got me really into like the idea that, you know, anybody can make a film, and what does that mean? And so then I went to film school and everything, and then I became a projectionist. And then I started doing this kind of thing, like sort of messing around with film. And it made me think about like, what does it mean to be a spectator of film? Like, I wonder if my brain is doing this when I'm watching the film anyway, eventually. So do I even have to do this physically? It's kind of shocking that the film hasn't broken yet. My projector's doing very well tonight. We might meet that 15-minute mark and then we can just stop. But then that would be cool because then I could share this film again and not have to talk during it. All right, let's see what's happening. Okay, we got about 5 more minutes, so let's put some more bleach. I think Wizard of Oz was one of the first movies I ever saw. Okay, I'm going to try to tape. Sorry, I get excited and then I punctuate my P's and T's. For once, the projector is performing better than me. Okay, so I'm going to try to tape some Sharpies on so that it can just be working continuously. Oh. Oh. This is pretty suspenseful, isn't it? Oh, there's Toto. Okay, I'm going to try again to tape a magic marker on.
It's the action sequence.
Oh, it's actually going into the projector from the side? Oh. Thank you very much. Good night.